Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to my new channel, Mike Trades. For those of you who don't know me, I've been day trading and investing in the stock market for over 10 years. I'm starting this channel to post content ideas on trading, and anything that you guys want to see, let me know. To start out, I wanted to go over the Thinkorswim platform. All right, this was the first request that I had, so I just want to go over my Thinkorswim setup. I've been trading on Thinkorswim for over 10 years, since about 2013, and I did take a brief period of time away from it. I switched to Lightspeed Trader, but I have done a majority of my trading on this platform, so I know it really well. There's a lot of things in here that a lot of people don't even know about. Okay, so this is my basic layout. Right on the left, I have the live news. I have a watch list that I load my contracts into. All right, and then I have my chart, times and sales in level 2, and then the active trader on the right side over here. So with just this one screen, if you're traveling and trading, you only need a laptop, all right, because you have all of the information you need just on this one screen. All right, you don't even need a second monitor. It definitely helps to have an iPad or something to look at other charts, but you could technically trade just by having this one laptop screen open. All right, so before I dive into my setup, let's talk about some of the different tabs in here. So starting up at the top, we have the trade tab. Right, if you come down to the trade tab and you type in a ticker that you wanted to trade, right, let's say Tesla, it'll show you the option chain and all the different expirations and strikes available to trade for that ticker. All right, so this is like a weekly contract. When I say weekly contract, that's referring to a Friday expiration. Okay, so since today is Tuesday and this expires on Friday, that's a weekly contract. Right, calls are on the left, puts are on the right. Right, and I'll dive deeper into this on a different video, but calls, you're betting that the stock will go up. Puts, you're betting that the stock will go down. All right, so that's the trade tab. Next, we have the analyze tab. So the analyze tab can be used for economic data. If you wanted to type in a specific ticker and get information about, oh, it says not available for Apple. I don't know what's going on here. All right, we'll go to the fundamental tab and type in the same thing. Okay, there you go. So if you go to the fundamental tab, then it'll show you, all right, NVIDIA 4-star buy, market edge says to avoid. These are just different ratings that these different companies are recommending, but it'll give you the full company profile down here at the bottom. It'll give you their earnings per share, return on equity, price to earnings ratio. There's a lot of numbers that you can get just using this Thinkorswim app, all right? And then if you want to read the plain English down at the bottom, company details goes over the valuation highlights, what has changed, potential upsides and downsides, business summary, sources of value, key trends. It shows you what drives the stock, what's the profit factor from the stock, from the company itself, all right? Next tab over, we have earnings, okay? So if you wanted to see how NVIDIA has reacted over the last couple of years for each earnings report, it'll show you where the stock was trading before they reported earnings and then after they reported earnings. So you can see NVIDIA has gapped up on a lot of these earnings reports, right? Fiscal quarter 4, fiscal quarter 1, fiscal quarter 1 of 2025. It shows you the day before and then the day after. So we've had some big gap ups. NVIDIA has been a very strong growth stock over the past couple of years, right? And then it also shows you their EPS, so the actual EPS versus Wall Street expectations down at the bottom, okay? So that's an interesting tab. I'll go over scanners on another video later because there's just so much to talk about in here, all right? There's a lot of different scans that you can do. You can do scans on your own by coming up with different stock and fundamental filters, but there's also custom scanners that the app has, that Thinkorswim has. So if you wanted to look up, stocks that just had their new yearly lows, right? Here's just a bunch of list of different stocks that had new yearly lows, okay? Market Watch, the next tab over under the visualize, is just going to show you where the money was flowing in and out of the market today, right? So there's some money flow into Microsoft, Google, Amazon, banks, right? And then there was some outflow on healthcare. So it looks like Eli Lilly, United Healthcare, a lot of outflow on healthcare stocks today, all right, as well as consumer staples. Energy looks green, consumer discretionary, pretty green. All right. But this is a nice, it just shows you where the money is flowing in and out of in the market. Okay. All right. Now just going back to the setup. Okay. So I talked about how I have the news, right? You can type in specific, ticker specific news if you wanted to look up Tesla, right? And then I have my watch list. So my watch list is linked to the active trader, right? And in order to link them, you have to make sure that the symbol link is the same color and number as the symbol link on the watch list. All right. That way, if I wanted to copy and paste this trade or that option into the watch list, now if I get into a trade, I'll just buy one so you guys can see. Right. If I buy, it'll show me my position quantity, right? The number of contracts I'm in. It'll also show you your P&L day and your P&L open, as well as your P&L percent as you're in the trade. Now you can customize that by clicking on the settings button, right? And click customize. And then you could add, like if you wanted to add, P&L percent, whatever. There's other things that you can customize and add, okay? But this is the way that I would recommend that you have it set up. All right, so I'll just get out of that by clicking sell market. There you go. I made $4. Nice. Woo! All right, I can buy some tacos. All right. So anyway, after that, I have my chart in the middle, which oh, there it is. Okay. All right, so I have my chart in the middle here. This is just SPY, as well as the times and sales and level 2. I'll do another video breaking down that later on. Okay, and then on the right, at the very top, you see 2 rectangles that are clicked, right? So in order to have this active trader set up on the right here, you have to have these 2 different boxes clicked, right? If you wanted a third active trader, you could get a third by clicking on another rectangle or another square, okay? But I just use 2. That way it doesn't look too thin, right? And then I'll just add different contracts to my watch, right? So if I was watching, the Meta 530 puts, then I can just copy and paste that onto my watch, all right? And then since I have them linked, I can just click on each. So watch over here, my active trader. Right now it's Meta 530 put, but if I click on SPY 562 put, it'll just take me to the active trader for the SPY 562, and I can click back and forth. Okay, so now I'm on the Meta 530 put. But the only way it'll do that is if you link. So this color and number has to be the same as the color and number on this side, right? And then as far as my active trader goes, right, the second box, I have my active trader here where I can buy and sell contracts with the different quantities. If this auto send button is clicked with a check mark, that means that it's not going to confirm my order. It's not going to ask me if I'm sure I want to get in. If I click buy market, it's just going to fill me. All right, sell market, it'll just fill me, okay? And it's not going to confirm. If this is unclicked, then a pop-up box will come up at the bottom and say, are you sure you want to buy this? Okay, so the auto send button you can add in the settings right here, right? And then at the bottom, I just have the level 2 for the contract itself. So essentially this is saying for the Meta 530 put, the bid is 4.95, the ask is 5.10. So if you're going to buy this contract, you're most likely going to get filled at 5.15 now, right, which is the ask. If you're going to sell this contract, you have to sell for 5.05. And you may get filled somewhere in between, but this is your best offer, okay? These are your best offers. And then I have the times and sales for the contract itself, right? So this is the times and sales for the actual equity. These are shares being bought and sold. And this is the times and sales for this specific option contract, all right? But that's my setup on Thinkorswim. It's really not too complicated, okay? Keep it basic, don't overcomplicate it. But if you have this information, then you can trade with just a laptop, all right? I went all over Europe trading with just my laptop on Thinkorswim, and you can get the job done, all right? As long as you have your charts, you have your active trader, and you have the flow, right? Because at the end of the day, level 2 in times and sales is showing you the real flow of the market. This flow creates the candles, all right? But I'll talk more about that later. This is just my first video, so I apologize if it's rough, but I'm going to continue creating videos just to help you guys out, and I'll update in the future when my next video comes. Thanks everyone.